What's going on, good people? It is Bad Wolf Unrestricted. Let's get into it. It is story time, or so to say. Um, so there's been a recent couple of TikTok videos where people have been like, "Oh, DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever else." So I guess I'll throw my stories into the mix. Um, so story number one. All right, so we're going to cover some scams. We're going to cover some situations. We're going to cover some bullskit. So you guys know what you're dealing with when dealing with Uber Eats, DoorDash. Now, this is all personal experience. We're going to call it education and entertainment purposes only, though these are my real experiences. All right. So one of the times it's late night. Okay. I'm gonna give you guys all the things that I've experienced with these delivery food um, companies. So I'm not going to specifically just say it's one or the other. Okay, you guys know which two we're basically talking about. But these are all the circumstances, experiences that I've had. So one of the times I'm ordering food and it's late night. Okay, and unless the restaurant is about to close, generally you can get food at any point in time, right? So, but knowing, having worked in a restaurant before, I know that people there really hate when you order food right before they close, especially if it's like hot food, because the everybody wants to get out of there, especially if it's the weekend, and they start breaking down, all the things, putting the food away, and they don't want to have to fire up the griddle. They have to clean the whole thing, so they'll like leave a section where it's dirty, where they can just kind of clean. So I'm not saying your food will or will not be tampered with, but just understand that depending on the place, don't normally order right before close. Don't especially walk in right before close. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Um, so about an hour and a half, 2 hours, which is a good safe window, but I order food. So now I hate to say it like this, so I'm not going to say the name, but I look at the name and I can damn well tell that my food is being picked up by somebody ghetto. 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 Now, but that also does not mean black. So if you thought black, that's messed up. All right. But I've got situations with black and white delivery drivers, most of which were female and ghetto. Okay. And the person, and I look at their rating, and I hate that you can't, like, and I know it sounds bad because it's all supposed to be the same, but you can't pick your drivers and you can't change drivers. So this person goes, gets my food, and they're there for a really long time. They're sitting at the place. I'm thinking, okay, maybe the place is giving them a hard time. I don't know really what's going on. But this particular person gets the food finally. I get a little message on the way. Okay. Now I have cameras all around my house, right? A lot of you guys don't. Here's why you probably should, or at least have a ring. So she pulls up, and I'm seeing her on the camera, and then she takes off. And I'm seeing her on the app. And I'm thinking, oh, did she not realize this is the house? Because I'm on the corner. Maybe she's pulling up to the next one. She's going to turn around. So I'm waiting, waiting, waiting. Never gets out of the car, turns around, goes about a block up. I get a notification from my app, and it's like food delivered. I'm like, no, what the hell has not been delivered? I go to look at the image. It's a blurry picture of my house, just enough to stop, take a picture, and she keeps going. She goes about a block up and eats my food. Like I said, I have cameras. I can literally see about a block away. She's eating my food a block away from my house. I'm like, are you? So I message her, are you enjoying my food that you're eating? As I hope you know that I do have cameras and I'm going to contest this. Doesn't say anything. I see brake lights. She takes off. That's story number one. Story number two. Multiple times, and I'm not here to snitch on anybody. I know people have to make money and whatever else, but it'll be some girl, some cute girl, nice looking, decent rating for a driver, and then it'll be some either not her dude or some ghetto ass dude who looks like he just got out of prison shows up in her car. Now, according to most of these places, their rules, that is a big no no. I don't snitch. I get it as long as my food's there and it's not, messed with or tampered with or whatever else, whatever. But a lot of these motherfuckers are usually so high. I have a Now here's another part for some of you guys out there. I have a box, like a big plastic box, okay? And I have on the top of it, please put all deliveries and food into this box because that way mice can't get it. No passerby or a neighbor might see it, mess with it. It's safe, it'll stay warm longer. I highly recommend everybody to get a delivery box. That way you can also put your normal Amazon deliveries in there and nobody can really tell unless they're just right there and seen it go in. All right. So that's another thing. So now out to the restaurants. Dear restaurants, why do you guys not tie, staple, sticker, close, seal the food deliveries? I don't want somebody who I don't know touching, looking, picking through my food. I also don't like getting a drink, so I highly recommend to most of you guys out there when you order your food, don't get a drink. Especially don't get a large drink because you know what? Proven time and time and time again, small drinks without ice are the equivalent of big drinks with ice. I also don't like the fact that there is no sticker covering the entire dome. Now, Taco Bell, I'll give them credit. They at least sticker most of it over the straw and down the side. So, shot goes out to them. But most other places, they can just take your drink, put something in it, slurp it, spit in it, whatever they wanted to do, depending on how they felt. Drink some and pour some water in there. It's gross. Matter of fact, I've seen other videos where delivery people did do stuff like that. One lady even sprayed the people's food with mace before she got there. I'm not going to say what political party but you can tell she was. And I don't know if because she's seen the signs in their front yard supporting a different party that she did this, but she did it right at the front door so it could be seen. So now she's going to be getting charges. Not for me. That part didn't happen to me. All right, so other scams. So I go on the app. I find a place, looks like it's a new place. Food, pictures look good. I order. Now I'm waiting, waiting, waiting. Drivers finally start showing up. They go there, they're waiting, they're waiting. Driver takes off. Next driver comes because that driver chose undeliverable or whatever. So the next one gets the call. Now, there's been nights where I've waited 2 and 3 hours because of something like this. So understand the game. Well, I start doing my research and I come to find out that literally the address, after I look it up on Google Earth, because all that, and I'm scanning everything, right? Yeah, it was a new restaurant, but it wasn't even a real restaurant. It was somebody's house. Now, whether or are selling new food or not, I don't know. But these places, DoorDash, Uber Eats, and whatever else, they really need to vet the location better. Now, there's no law against people selling food out of their house. So to me, it is like, if it ain't me, I don't know. I kind of look at that bite as being a little nasty. I don't know. I don't know if I really want that. But some restaurants have been nastier in people's houses, so it is what it is, I guess. But as I look on it, it's a house on a side street. So I'm like, come on, this ain't even a real house. So it's not even a real restaurant. And I think they were trying to set up people to rob them because all the delivery drivers, it routed them to the alley behind, like almost like a house over from there. I seen all the delivery drivers going down. Now it could have been maybe the street was cut off. I don't know. But they all kept going down the alley and then they would take off right away. Like they almost got robbed or something. So be careful of where you're being sent and where you're ordering. So now as I go back and look at the restaurant, it has no ratings. Okay. The food pictures seem like they were taken from other places. So beware of those types of scams when dealing with Uber Eats, DoorDash, or whatever else. And DoorDash companies, I hope you guys do see this because you guys really need to learn from these things. All right. Um, so that would be that, right? So watch out for those kind of scams. Another one was I ordered from a restaurant. Now, here's the thing. I've ordered from a restaurant before, but in the Uber in the app, it said there was a new restaurant there. So I was like, okay. So I order from, them. And then my delivery driver messages me and says, "Hey, that's not a real restaurant." I'm like, "Yeah, it is. It's right there." They're like, "No, no, no. The other one, that one is a real restaurant, but the one you ordered from is a fake using the same address." And I was like, "Well, maybe it's like a lower level or." And he was like, "No." So he put the other guy on. The other guy was like, "Yeah." He's like, "We've been getting that all night." He's like, "There's no such restaurant. We're the only ones here." So beware that restaurants, some of these people out here are playing games and there's scams everywhere. I hate scammers emphatically. I really, really do. There's way too many easy, legit ways to make money instead of scamming. There's too many easy ways to make real money and you don't have to worry about getting locked up or somebody. Because I'll tell you this, educationally speaking, if you get away with a scam with me, you have the rest of your life to know that if I find you, we're going to settle up. That's all I'm going to say. So, because I'm just going to say this too, the law ain't my law. So, these people built a whole fake ass restaurant, used a real restaurant's address, and was collecting money on a scam type way. So, be careful, be aware of that. Now, another scam. So once again, it's late night. I'm ordering about an hour before close, and I know I really shouldn't because that's the bare minimum. Don't do anything less than an hour. So I was like maybe an hour and 15 minutes. I was like just enough. So driver goes. Now I have had some where you do that, and the restaurant's like, no, we're not going to fill the order. We're already and that's bullshit too. But I'm not mad, but it's still bullshit from a business model. I've had Taco Bell do that and numerous other places. As somebody used to do that kind of job, I get it, but at the same time, if somebody's own businesses, it's bullshit. At the same time, if you're swamped, I get it, but it should not be a routine. Oh yeah, and to the one manager who fired me at Little Caesars a long time ago, not the regional manager, she was awesome. I think her name was Sunny, but the other guy, yeah, you can kiss my ass. I'm doing just fine. Um, so I've had lots of jobs, guys. That's all I'm saying. So I've had lots of places close or cancel the order, which sucks. But like I said, I get it, but it sucks when you're hungry and you ain't got nothing in the house to eat and all the stores are closed. Um, but one of the scams I've noticed is that okay, so a driver would show up, go and get the food, and I already told you the one where they pretended to take a picture at the house or took a picture of the food in front of the house like they're walking up to it, only to take it, jump back in their car, keep going, and eat. But this one, driver gets there, waits, and then all of a sudden I get a food undeliverable. So either the place told him or them that they were closed, but in the app, the driver said, "Oh, the food was spilled." So they said they're going to refund me the money. But what I think really happened is, I think that driver decided to eat my food because they were hungry, and then they canceled the order. So I got no food, and they got my food, and I had to get refunded my money 3 days later. So those are my general experiences with those things. Now, mind you, this only happens probably one out of every 7 or 8 times. So it's really not a bad ratio. But now, other things I don't like about these food delivery apps and whatever else, um, I don't like that they're usually pretty good at giving you your money back. They've kind of made it now where you got to kind of go through the AI automated system, and it's hard to get to a human being to explain your scenario. Um, I have had some guys show up who gave me the wrong food orders. Sometimes I complained, and sometimes I just ate the other food. Sometimes I had a whole platter of chicken and wings and whatever else. And I may have only got like a sandwich, so like now I'm eating this whole thing, and the other somebody was mad. Somebody was mad. I mean, but once again, I get a lot of these dudes late night, and they're high. They ain't paying that close attention to nothing. The last time this happened, I went and I messaged the guy back through the app, and he came back and swapped out the food and whatever else. So it is what it is, and I didn't tamper with the food or anything like that. I just closed it right back up, and gave it back to him. We laughed it up for a quick second, and then he took off or whatever. So, um, but I don't like the rating system. If you miss your window to rate the food and whatever else, that kind of passes. I would like to, it would be nice if you could have a way to say what level of driver you're willing to accept. Like, I don't want anything under 90%. If your percent of success and all that is less than 90, I don't want you delivering my food. And the one girl who I couldn't change who stole my food, hers was like a 60. Why are you still working if you have a 60 for this company? That means every other order, something's going wrong with you. I also don't like the mandatory now, like $7, $8 delivery fee, and I've got the damn monthly service. So if I'm paying the normal monthly service, which is like, I don't know, $7 or $8, and now I'm ordering food from you and it's a mandatory another $8, and then you're asking for a tip. Don't get me wrong, I always tip. Always, even if it's a small tip. I mean, I don't leave like change or anything like that, but maybe $1, $2, $3, depending, which is better than what most people do. But so now you're getting a mandatory delivery fee of $8. I have to pay the monthly $8. So that's $8 each time I order food. And I'm paying eight, so that's 16 you're getting right there. Then plus every tip I'm giving, which goes to the drivers, but it's still money out of my pocket. So that's easily like $2 or $3 per whatever. And I probably order about, five to maybe 10 times a month. All right. So that's anywhere from, say, if you go with the dollar, $5 to as much as, um, 30, 40, or $50. Now I get it. Companies have to make their money, but that's ridiculous. That's a scam. Why am I paying the monthly if like I then got to pay all the rest of that? So like I'm just going to cancel my subscription because that's like not even optional. Like it's just here's your delivery. So half the time, because I don't order a whole lot, my delivery fee that's already in there is almost as much as what food I'm getting. I get like a sandwich or whatever else, and it's like, $10, $12 for a sandwich, which is ridiculous. But, $17 for a cheeseburger, a hamburger, or what a burger, unless it's got some gold on there, is ridiculous too. So then you take my $10 or $12, you add the eight, that's 20. So I'm just saying, y'all better change y'all model. But you know what? I almost hope you don't, because you know what's going to happen? It's just going to make people like me go to the grocery store, buy it, bring it here, and then what should be just a luxury and a treat will go back to being a luxury and a treat. And then you guys will lose money, and your business model will suck because you'll fail, and you'll fail because you suck. So that's really about it, guys. So watch out for those scams and conniving scenarios, bullshit, and whatever else. From your man, the Bad Wolf. I'll catch you guys later. And if this is your first time seeing me, hit that bell, like, subscribe. Hopefully, you're mostly from my other tribe, which is Bad Wolf unincorporated. So for a lot of lawful, legal things, taxes and trusts and privacy and rights and the Constitution, if you guys want to hear about that, and trust me, I make it entertaining, go check me out on that other channel. And when I say that, I'm talking about the things that I teach are things that you guys can use on a daily basis to make your life better. It's not just all boring me reading the book, with my glasses on. All right, now turn to page 47, chapter 1B. And no, we don't do that over there. I teach you guys how to deal with your taxes at your job, at your house, your vehicles, how to be exempt, all that kind of stuff, all the stuff that they don't want you to know. So join me over there. Please help me to grow these channels, especially this one. This one's tiny. Another one's a little bit bigger, and we'll go from there. Otherwise, you guys have a great day. Take care and stay alert to all of the dastardly things out there. I'll talk to you guys later.